Good evening, everybody. Matt Geary here for Geek Pride's Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, The Legend of Our Sacrifice. With me tonight, we have Michael as Tharaval.
Evening, everyone.
Dave as Thomas Moonstar. And Marcus Lance.
Hola.
Unfortunately, Pete was a bit of miscommunication with Pete, and Val and Wes is off with his Mrs. Danny is Mrs. Danny's still doing baby things, so unfortunately isn't back yet. So today, we're going to do a bit of sort of planning. They did a little bit of Discord stuff, Discord chat and stuff, which was nice to see. Then we're going to do a bit of planning for the potential invasion of Kibarath. Tharaval's going to see if he can try and find his brother in the caves. And yeah, I'm going to keep this in a new spreadsheet that I've got together and stuff. So that's good. So Evelyn is Salden's sister, by the way, because we always kind of forget that. And Galdax is the name of the female dragonborn. Eldorath is obviously Elven Archer. There's lots of other characters here I need to add, but I've not sort of done that. So let me do this. Do this. Nope. Okay. So, for those who don't remember from last week, Tharaval's basically taken himself off to try and find his brother. So he, PJ Duncan, and sort of another sailor have sort of landed in the southern part of the island of Kibarath, and he's sort of gone into he's found this sort of old sort of like mine entrance that goes underneath the sort of kind of the cliff face. So he's gone in there. He's sort of stumbled across sort of lots of these sort of kind of like slug things that are having sort of attacking him, and there's been dead ones on the ground. So he's kind of been following the trail of them. He sort of stumbled across a dead body, which he's not overly identified yet, but these sort of slug things seem to be coming out of it, and they've attacked him. Elsewhere, in the world, Galandra is still at Camber Ford, training convicts. While we're here, how many convicts did I say we had? How many were there? This is where all your copious notes will go work. We've got 128 convict.
I was way off.
128.
And I had 7 in my head as well, though.
Yeah.
We mislaid a couple, didn't we?
So you got 128 convicts. 128 convicts. So I'll add that to my thing. Sailors wise as well. So you've managed to sort of they're obviously in taunt. So the rest of you sort of can manage to get some. You've got Captain Kirk. I'm not sure what are you going to call his ship, by the way? What's Kirk's ship going to be called?
Enterprise.
Come on.
You're not actually going to call it the Enterprise, are you?
All right, we'll call it the Columbia.
The Columbia. Is that his former ship?
No, that's its sister ship.
The Columbia. The Columbia. Columbia. Just make sure.
Beat me to it. I was going to say Stargazer, but there you go.
Stargazer, yeah. So, I'll get sort of like artifacts and things off you because I've got some tabs for that. But
Jenny 1.
Jenny. So you have sailors wise, you've got PG and Duncan, sort of kind of, they're trained sailors, but they're drunks. You've got 23 trained sailors. 23 trained sailors. And you've got 77 sort of normal ones. Right, so they are 5 silver. The trained ones are 2 silver. Convicts are just going to be... Okay, so in total, your retinue, excluding main characters, is 14 guards, 2 monks, 4 criminals, 20 thieves, so they're sort of not really retinue, they kind of do their own thing, 10 dragonborn, 128 convicts, 23 trained sailors, 77 normal sailors. Your outgoings for them, so it's 77 at 5 silver a day were for wages, 23 at 2 silver a day, 2 gold a day. Wages, 14 guards at 2 gold a day for wages as well. The rest is literally just sort of food, and it's 5 silver a day per person for food. So you've got basically 70, you've got 100, 200, 38, 242, 244, 258 mouths to feed currently. 258. 258 times 5. This is another good thing using spreadsheets is. So that's 1,290 silver pieces a day. So that is 12.9 gold a day on food and stuff. It's current food, just food. So that's that'll be on your out here, so that is outgoings per day, party lodgings. So there are, how many of yous? It's about a gold a day per person. If
Let's find someone very grateful or very welcoming.
Yeah. Canberra Ford upkeep. So you've got so I said 12.9 gold. So we'll say 13 gold a day. 13 that's 13 plus 14 guards at 2 gold a day is 28. So that is 31, isn't it? 28. 41. Sorry, my math.
I like the first answer better. Can we keep that one?
41 gold a day. 2 golds, that is another 40. So that is 40. That's 46 gold a day. 41. So that is 87 gold a day. And 70. 81 gold. I'm going to say it's going to cost you about 100 gold a day in upkeep.
Including wages.
It's everything, sort of food and
Canberra Ford and
Canberra food. So you're
But
looking
then
at
how much is Then we need to find out how much Canberra is earning us as well.
Canberra Ford
Yeah.
currently. I'm not sure it's going to earn you loads because you've got nobody doing anything there other than training for sort of. You get sort of. I'll give you sort of like a dice roll amount off it for like certain amount of trade. You'll get 3 Canberra Ford, but as it
That we
stands,
get
you've not really done much to sort of kind of go, well, this is how much we're going to sort of. It's because it's everybody's training for fighting, and
But then part of the reason we're there is to be able to fight bandits. So training for fighting is kind of an important thing. Because we made certain promises, remember?
what did we because we established you would get I think you established you would get a percentage of the trade that would go through it. You didn't? Yeah, that was it, wasn't it? Okay, we'll do that then. I'll do a percentage then. So it's 100 gold a day, your outgoings. Outgoings for 100, your personal outgoings. We'll just keep it at 100. Keep it simple. Camberford, therefore, we are going to give you a percent. We're going to give a percentile dice. 63. Okay. It'll give you 60. It'll give you 63 gold a day. In money.
That helps.
So it'll give you 63. So you will be in deficit of 37 incoming. So Camberford is 63. Obviously, other income streams. So I'll do the math afterwards and stuff. But yeah, and then we'll take it off the. I need to figure out how many days you've been there and stuff like that. Again, take it off the 3,000 that you currently have in the bank, and then you can sort of think about that afterwards. Obviously, you've got your personal wealth. I'm not sure how much you've all got and stuff, but that's up to yourselves.
Not that much after you finished ripping us off in the market the other week.
Right. Okay, so that's that sort of housekeeping. I'm going to add in the magic weapons and the other bits and pieces in there. So I've got a list of all the people and things. But this is actually a bit more helpful. I don't know why I didn't have a spreadsheet in the first place. It seems odd considering I use spreadsheets every day, but there you go.
Maybe you were just sick of them.
Yeah, maybe that was it. It's like, I refuse to use more spreadsheets. I refuse to use more spreadsheets.
Damn it.
Yeah. So, I'm going to put a note here because that's including sales, including there. Right. Okay. So that's out of the way. Have we got anything else I need to think about here? We've got your guys, we've got your convicts. We know Garfield's the other. Yes. Okay. So, Thomas and Lance and Val, were you making your way back? Because the Discord chat yous were talking about going to Camberford with the weapon.
So,
Val.
yeah, I was suggesting Valishal escort the weapon back to Camberford for the time being. Thomas has got some things he wants to do in Lance. Yeah. In Taunt. Freudian slip.
Not that kind of friend. Not that kind of friend.
You don't know all the modifications that were made while you were out.
We also suggested that Draken might want to go along and check in on his kin.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So that
and then we'll catch up with them in a bit.
That saves the way. Okay, so they've taken the weapon off to get looked at by Cleveland.
And they're taking Garfield and some others with them to possibly help him.
Right. Okay. Let me just stick that there because I've got about a million windows open here. You can see why DMs always have like binders and things. Right. Okay. So let me stick that there. So I've got that and that there. Okay. So before we sort of kind of go back to Tharval's jaunt, what are you sort of? What are your plans then in Taunt?
I'd like to head to the library. I'd like to look through the historical section and see if I can find anything that relates to this weapon that we found. Any, ideally schematics, or sort of first-hand accounts of people who have used them, have fired them, have maintained them, or the people who have built them, or whatever. just so that I can hand that to the artificers, so that they've got a starting point to start their repairs and hopefully manufacture of more.
Okay. All right. You take yourself off to the library. How long did I say? Was it a couple of days for your?
It was a couple of days, and I've slept at least once since then.
Okay.
So it's probably tomorrow game time.
Okay. Lance, what are you up to? Well, he's off to the
I'm
library.
escorting him.
You're both going to the.
I'm escorting him. Yes.
Yeah, you're both off to the library then. Okay.
There's nothing else to stop him from accidentally spilling things or getting face fucked by books or whatever. Plus, I'll probably check in with that librarian that I made the acquaintance of.
I don't want that. We want. Just let me. Ha! Delayed blast fireball.
Level 7 spell. It's on my list.
Ah, you missed. Boom.
Create bonfire. Okay, so you make your way to the library in Taunt, and you start looking around. Give me an investigation roll then, I guess.
I clicked on intimidation there. I'm going to intimidate the books into telling me what I want to know.
Tell me what you know. So you're looking for like schematics and things like that for this sort of weapon and things.
Best case scenario schematics. I think the next level down would be first-hand accounts of people who have used them or built them or maintained them.
Okay. Okay, breath of a minute. Where was it? Kadunk. Where is it? Where is it? It's not telling me. Oh, I thought there was a thing there. Alright, okay, actually. Okay, you find some sort of historic you sort of find some historic documents that relate to sort of some old battles in the old Kyrelian Empire, and it sort of talks about a sort of weapons that were called Kyrelian fire. They sort of burned on the substance was sort of the substance they used was sort of a liquid that burned on water, and it had a sort of a it could only be sort of extinguished by certain things, like, you know, like it's got these sort of really weird sort of things like sand and old urine and vinegar, strong vinegar and things like that could only extinguish it. It's a liquid substance. It was usually used from like a long sort of siphon, and was pumped out from basically like a reservoir of this liquid, and it was used on the prow of ships. There was also mention of a thunder and a much smoke that came from this from this this substance.
Okay. Can I find a recipe for Carillion fire? See if I can make more of it.
Yes, you can. Roll me another investigation.
Oh yeah.
Not only do you know how to make it, but you found some as well.
Yeah. You spend a long time sort of kind of searching through different sort of historical texts, and you manage to sort of kind of piece together from numerous books what you believe is a very good version of what it could potentially be, and you sort of kind of write down a list of ingredients. Ingredients wise, what's it going to be? I'll have to give you sort of, because I'm not sure what you're going to have ingredients wise and stuff, but you know, insert rare ingredients for Carillion fire, and I'll give you a list of things that you need.
I'll remind you.
You sort of also see within these texts, you see sort of other sort of older, more archaic ways of using them. There was mention of containing the substance in like clay pots with sort of like caltrips and stuff in them, so you could chuck. They would sort of throw them.
Nice.
So they could be thrown. And obviously when the fire went off, it sort of exploded and shattered, and the caltrips sort of went. So early grenades, basically.
Fantastic.
There is also a part of the document that says there were handheld versions of this, though they were very dangerous and not used very often due to the chances of the substance being exploding and killing the bearer.
Sounds good.
Right. Okay. So you've got sort of like how to make it. You've got some idea of how to sort of, you know, how the fluid goes through. You've got sort of some ideas to sort of develop other versions of it if you want to try. And yeah, that's it.
Cool. That's quite productive.
Yeah, there you go. Some good rolls. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think we need to check in with your friend in the market, don't we?
Tomorrow. Or
Okay.
next game day. But I do want to head to the Magic Quarter and talk to some of the other mages there. Generally, my aim is to either try and convince one or two of the mages who are good at illusions to come with us, or if not, persuade them to part with knowledge or items that would create illusions for us.
By the way, your microphone's like right beside your face, or whatever's happening, because we're getting lots of.
Do you know what it is? I've got the fan on because it's roasting in here.
Oh, okay.
If I turn slightly and put my head in between me and the mic and the fan, that should help.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, okay. You can take yourself off to the Magic Quarter. While you're doing that, Tharaval, you are currently in mid-combat with slugs.
Pesky slugs. Is it my turn? Is it? I think it is.
It is your go because you got initiative, didn't you? Yeah.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to.
No, actually, you killed some as they came for you, didn't they? Because there was more.
Yep.
There was 5 of them who came for you, and so it's their go. Actually, no, because you killed 3 of them, and then they attacked, so they have attacked you. Yes, because you took damage.
Right. So I'm going to use my bonus action of cunning action to disengage. Can you move, attack, move if you've still got movement left?
You can move, attack, and then move. Yeah.
Okay, right. So disengage to there. I'm assuming I've still got line of sight both of them. So that's that. Okay. So he's going to attack both of them. Hunter's mark, sneak attack. Tick win.
Change the music here. Okay. So do you get advantage on those? They have attacked you. It doesn't matter if they've hit them anyway. That is 1 dead, another 1 dead.
And I'll do second attack.
Oh, I need to come out. Forgot to restart the APIs. God damn it. Restarting. That is another 1 dead. That's the 2 in front of you that are now dead. I open this up. Hopefully. Taking ages. Alright, there we go. Okay. Okay. I'll change that to 1 and then change that to 0. That should be him dead as well. Okay. So that's that. What are you doing with your rest of your move then?
Actually, I think I'll be. Yeah, I'll just stay there. Should be alright. I hope.
Okay. There go. One, 3. Or check something for movement. Why is it going so slow?
They're tadpoles.
Trying to quit some of these so it's slow. Maybe get rid of that. Exit out of that. That. Why won't you let me do that? Exit out of that as well. Okay, so they. Yeah, that got speed 30. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 6. So they're just going to come in. Can't attack you because they've done double moves, but their start.
But they have to attack to be engaged, don't they?
Just beside you.
Okay.
Okay, so that's them done. Roll me perception. You hear more skittering coming from you hear more skittering coming from the southern passage. And your go.
Skittering coming from the southern passage. Okay. Can I see anything more to the north? No, obviously not.
No. What's your sight, by the way?
120. Or sorry, hold on. 60, and then I've already got. So what is it? You've got dark vision, and then my umbral sight gives me an extra. If you already have dark vision from your races, the range increases, so 90.
You got a full sight at 90, do you?
You gain dark vision out to your range of 60 feet. If you already have dark vision from your race, its range increases by 30 feet.
So it's dim in dark. So dark vision it's not full sight, is it? Is it the?
Can't dark vision. Actually, no. I don't remember how it works. I think it's dark.
So you've got You've got how many feet then? So
And then it's specified a creature with dark vision can see in darkness as if darkness were dim light. So areas of darkness are only lightly obscured as far as that creature is concerned. However, the creature can't discern color in darkness, only shades of grey.
all right. You can see it's basically a dead end at the top to the north.
Okay, so I'm going to use my cunning action again to disengage. Go to there and take another couple of shots.
Night vision distance. What's your night vision distance?
90. So it's 60 plus 30.
Okay. And you shot at them. So that's one dead.
Nice.
That's two dead. Okay. They start to disappear. They sort of know their number is up and start backing off.
Uh,
Okay. What are you up to?
right. Let's think. Can I go perception again? Just.
Yep.
Ooh, here.
You're you know, you're not 100% sure. There was sort of you were sure there was sort of kind of like a noise coming from this direction, but you're not sure about it anymore.
Alright. Going to move. There.
Um. As you move, as you move there, a large stalactite falls towards you. Roll me dexterity.
Do I get advantage on dexterity saving throws?
It's not a save. It's just a roll to see if you dodge it or not.
Yeah, that's a saving throw, is it not?
Yeah, okay, I guess.
I thought, and any of those ones where you're using strength, dexterity, constitution, they're saving throws, are they not? It's basically to save you from taking full damage.
You might have a problem with the stream, Matt. I've got Facebook up, and Dave and Mike's streams are all stopped, but you're still moving. And
Yeah, same on YouTube as well.
Interesting. Interesting. Oh, you're back again.
Yes, now we're back.
And you're back again. Okay. Dexterity of 23. Okay, yes, you dodge out of the way before it hits you.
Okay. Just continue on then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Move up there.
You, as you sort of come... Oh, there's a passage to your west, and there's a passage that sort of leads further in to your northeast. So far, you don't see any signs of... actually, roll me an investigation.
Investigation or survival?
Survival, then, yeah. You don't notice anything sort of untoward in that area.
I see. I'll do perception if I can hear anything sort of coming down. Anywhere?
You don't hear anything in that area.
There. Continue on, yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yep, there's just a passage that sort of leads north. Again, there doesn't seem to be anything of any sort of kind of major note.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to continue on out that way then.
Okay. So you're taking yourself off the map then?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So back to Taunt. What are you chaps up to?
Quick, hide the sheep.
Magic quarter, I think.
Okay. So you make yourself your way to the magic quarter. You're starting to sort of kind of know it quite well by now. What is it you're sort of kind of looking for in that area?
So I'm looking for, and I don't actually know how I would spot this, but somebody who is good with illusions or an illusion type of shop or stall.
An illusionist. Okay, roll me perception.
With advantage because I'm helping.
Ah, yes.
Really?
You're having a look around. It's quite busy. There's a lot of sort of stuff going on. You can't be sure what is illusion and what is not. So
That's not the point of illusion.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're not gonna. You can't differentiate it. So you don't.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Just approach nearest stall. Or approach nearest stall that has well, again, don't know how I'd tell, but a wizard rather than just a magical vendor.
Okay. So wait a minute. You just want to find a. So not somebody who's selling something. You just want to find.
We want to find someone who's operating a stall for magical items that themselves is magically skilled, rather than just buying and selling.
Just a
stuff and
vendor.
getting somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay. There's the guy in the Mage Tower where you had, what was his name? It was Doogie. There was Doogie.
Doogie,
Doogie Howser. He was the one who sort of kind of gave Val and Tharaval and Galandra their dreams.
Mm-hmm. He seems a good place to start then. Dreams, illusions, same sort of thing.
Yep, okay. So you make your way. Actually, were you there? Do you know where Doogie's place is?
I'm sure we would have discussed it.
I don't think I was, but I'm sure we would have it would have come out in sort of downtime chat.
Okay. So you make your way to the tower where Doogie sort of is in residence. His sort of secretary asks if you've got an appointment.
No, we do not.
So she's like, well, would you like to make an appointment?
Does he have anything today or soon?
She looks at her diary and no. Best I can do is 3 days from now, though.
I see the diary from where I am.
You can see the diary, yes.
And can I spot anything in there that looks like a gap?
Roll me insight. Nope. You can't really, there's a lot of writing and stuff. It's she says I can do 3 o'clock in 3 days' time if you want to come back. He's a busy man.
I growl low in my chest and lean forward and just pluck at the book and say, I'm sure you can fit us in a little bit earlier than that.
Are you intimidating the secretary?
Yes, not very well, but it could be worse.
She says, oh well, looks like you can't be seen for another week. You rude bastard. Now get out.
So I kind of nudge Lance to the side and say, please excuse my friend. He doesn't get out and deal with people very often. Reach into my pack or reach into my purse and withdraw 5 gold pieces and put them on the desk and say, surely there must be an earlier appointment.
Roll me persuasion. You're not getting disadvantaged because you're giving her gold. Says no. I'm afraid not. It looks like it'll be another week. No, good day.
Yeah, take the gold and walk out.
1 sec, where am I? On the way out, I casually destroy a couple of chairs. 'Cause I was a bit annoyed.
She's like, you'll pay for those chairs. You'll pay for those chairs. I'm going to tell the doctor.
I lean back in and say, well, it'll be a little while because apparently we can't see him for another week. And walk away.
She snorts at you and sort of goes and starts to clean up the mess you made. So what next?
Back to the marketplace, I guess.
That was
Pick.
less than rewarding.
Yeah, I'll pick the nearest stall and just walk up and ask. Just talk to the stall owner and say, I'm in the market for an illusionist who could potentially help us on one of our quests. Could be a very lucrative journey for just a couple of days' work.
Illusionist, you say, my friend. Oh, so maybe the great Zambini can help you out. So what sort of thing are we thinking about? You know, I've been known to conjure the odd thing now and again. It depends on the price, though.
Of course, these things always do. We have a small fleet of ships. We would like this fleet to appear somewhat larger as we approach our enemy, to try and appear more threatening.
You want to make illusion of many ships. Ah, right. So I don't even know if the great Zambini can do something that big. That's a big task. We start sort of
snort disgustedly from the side from where I'm leaning to one side. And roll my eyes at him.
I'll shoot Lance a look with conveyances of be quiet. Turn back to the vendor and say, well, perhaps if you're not able to help, you might be able to point us in the direction of somebody who could, for a fee, of course.
Oh, what is this fee, my friend?
Just a finder's fee for helping us get to the person or the information that we need.
Well, you could try Dr. Doogie Hauser in the Tower of Learning over there. He's quite well known, even for a great man like me, the great Zambini. He's a good man. He's very busy though. Watch out for the secretary. She's a tiger.
We have dealt with her. She's, I think Tiger is putting it lightly. And it appears that busy is an understatement. He can't see us for at least a couple of weeks.
Well, that is a shame. He starts sort of kind of thinking, and roll me perception. While he's sort of kind of pondering, you sort of notice a teenage girl at the corner of your eye, sort of paying some money for something, and then suddenly running off, and the vendor getting really upset, saying, "Oi, you didn't pay me. Come back here, you little bitch."
I'm going to charge off after her because I'm bored at the moment. So a little bit of light justice doing seems appropriate.
Yo.
I'm going to slow her down.
You slow her down, and the vendor sort of tackles her, and grabs her, and she starts he's about to sort of kind of grab a hold of her, and then suddenly this this sort of large sort of bear appears in the marketplace, just in and around where she was, and starts charging towards the vendor.
I'm going to interpose myself between the vendor and the bear.
Is she still here, or is it?
Yeah, she's still there. She basically he sees the bear, screams, backs off. You sort of kind of put yourself in between them. The bear goes straight through you, and then disappears, and then she starts running again.
I go charging after her again.
Keeping concentration on the slow spell on her.
Yeah. You catch up with her because she's obviously slowed, and you grab a hold of her. Give me a strength roll. Okay. Okay. Yep. You grab a hold of her. She's like, "Leave off me! Leave off me! You."
I'll jog up behind Lance and just give her my calmest look and say, "We'd mean you no harm. Turns out you could be just the person we've been looking for. Are you happy to talk with us if my friend lets you go?"
I raise an eyebrow at Thomas at this point in time.
She says, "You'll be sorry. Let me go."
Why are
Make
you
it
going to
worth
throw
your
another
while.
bear at me?
Say it again.
I said, are you going to throw another bear at me then?
She starts to get slightly annoyed and sort of kind of frustrated, and you can see. Actually, roll me perception. And you can sort of notice that there's a light in her eyes that starts to sort of kind of get brighter as she gets angrier.
I just chuckle and lift her up off the ground and hang her upside down by her ankles.
Okay, give me another strength check. Okay.
I shake her gently and say, you can do that, whatever it is you're up to, and I might drop you, and that's going to hurt an awful lot more now that you're head down, aren't you? Isn't it? So why don't you start using that brain instead of using it for something other than throwing around illusions?
Roll me a intimidation then, I guess. She's sort of blustering and stuff. She's not sort of angry. She just like the light in her eyes getting brighter. She's getting more agitated.
Oh dear. I'm holding her up with one hand. With the other hand, I grab my water skin, and I just douse her face with water to break her concentration and cool her off a bit.
Okay. You throw water in her face, and she sort of kind of splutters and says, and gets like super angry that you've picked her up and you're throwing water at her now.
Why don't you call off and talk to my friend, he would like to talk to you about a business arrangement that would be to your advantage, and would discourage me from walking you back over to that stall holder, so that he can take back whatever you stole, and possibly call the watch on you.
Okay. Do you want to try and roll me a persuasion?
Yeah, my persuasion's not that great. It's intimidation all the way. Do I get advantage because Thomas is with me?
Yeah, even an 11's not going to really persuade her and stuff. She starts to she's not saying anything, but you can tell she's getting she's very agitated at this moment in time. She's sort of kind of squirming, and that sort of light in her eye is getting it's still there.
Where's the vendor at this point?
He's sort of standing beside you, looking slightly shell-shocked by the whole nearly getting attacked by a bear out of nowhere. He's sort of like coming up behind you, and he's starting to sort of give off to her behind sort of Lance's back, sort of popping his head out and going, "You little bitch, you stole that. That wasn't even money you give me, you." And he starts sort of kind of giving off to her.
Put a hand up to him, to try and get him to back off. What is it that she took from you?
He says like some crystals, like some sort of crystals.
And their value?
He says easily 50 gold.
I turn around and snarl at him.
And if you weren't being on the make?
5 gold. 5 gold.
Okay. I will give him 10 gold, and then say that will cover you for your items and for your inconvenience. I suggest you head back to your stall, and we'll deal with the young lady from here.
He sort of looks at the 10 gold and sort of nods his head a bit and goes, okay, yeah, and sort of takes himself off.
Trust me, to get the good intimidation roll, it's for him, not for her.
I'll turn back to the young lady and say, right, now that we've dealt with the other matter, perhaps you'd be interested in hearing what we've got to say.
Rolling persuasion, you can have advantage on it.
Might need it.
She's not as agitated, but she's not overly she's not feeling overly sort of talkative at this moment. She's, put me down.
Seems you have some skill. We could use somebody of that ability.
I don't work for nobody. Nobody works for me. I don't work for nobody. I'm not helping you.
And how's that working out for you so far?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? Might be
Yes,
off my feet, but,
And perhaps you had the ability to make more gold than you could carry in a lifetime.
She sort of looks at you. There's more to this world than gold.
But it
What else
is
would
quite
interest you?
useful.
She says, she said, put me down. Put me down.
Do you
I raise
promise
an
not to
eyebrow.
run? You promise not to run if we do?
She doesn't say anything else. She just insists to put her down.
I turn her over and hold her by the back of her jerkin, dress, whatever, with her feet still off the ground, and say, "Well, that's 50% of the way there. Maybe if you're willing to talk nicely and use your big words, we can get all the way to your feet on the ground."
You can roll me persuasion again. You can have advantage. Okay. Yes. She sort of calms down, and she sort of kind of exhales, and that sort of kind of light in her eye starts to sort of kind of dissipate. She says, "Please put me down," in a more sort of kind of subdued, less frenzied voice.
What time of day is it?
It is. It's the morning actually, because it's quite early. Didn't you got up quite early and stuff? So it's sort of the morning time.
I look at her and say, "I'll tell you what. How about if we buy you breakfast and we have a conversation with you over food?"
She nods her head and sort of sobs a bit, and then says, "Okay, all right."
I put her down and take her by the hand and look around for somewhere that we can go and sit and have breakfast.
Okay, so you take her off. They'll sort of find somewhere to eat. Okay, so back to Tharaval. You make your way north into the caves. Roll me survival. You're not seeing any tracks going in this direction. You do see sort of similar sort of slug trails as you've seen before, but you're pretty confident that this isn't the way that your brother went.
Okay, back the way we came then. Back to the slugs.
Okay, so you make your way back the way you came, and roll me perception. Yep. You see so far you're not hearing anything, you're not seeing anything. You're not sort of kind of picking up on anything too untoward in this area.
Are we back on the map?
You are back on the map, yes. Oh, shit, sorry, I haven't moved you back onto the map, sorry.
Are you back on the map? Yes, you. Oh shit. Yes, anyway.
There you go. You are now. Yep.
Okay, so I'm back down in the main.
Yep.
To the cavern. Yep. Okay, so move to there. So we can. Originally the tracks were going north to the sort of
Northwest.
Okay, right. I'm gonna have to go back and find the little sluggy things.
Okay. You see the dead bodies of the slugs that you've killed before. Roll me a perception. You don't sort of hear or sort of you don't sense anything else in that area.
Okay. Okay.
As you look sort of kind of south into the sort of the cavern, you still see that body that was lying on the ground. It's surrounded by some of the dead sort of slugs that you've killed. But other than that, nothing of any sort of note.
No perception on that again.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you just see.
Okay. I will move over to the body.
Okay. Roll me investigation.
Isa.
It's quite you can it's got a few arrows sort of sticking into it. It's also got like a sword slash. You see what looks like a tentacle, a couple of tentacles, like from a squid or something. You're not sure. They're sort of kind of lying on the ground, but the body seems well, whatever the slugs have sort of come out of it and stuff have sort of kind of destroyed most of what it is.
And there's nothing else in that sort of area.
There's nothing of note bar the dead sort of kind of bodies of the thing. What was your perception roll? 16. As you're sort of looking at the body, as you're looking at the body, a slug jumps from what was formerly the body's mouth, and attacks you.
Did I get a reaction or?
No, because it's a surprise attack. You don't see it.
Ooh, hold on. I don't think I do. Yep, sorry.
Okay. So it does. Misses. It does 3 piercing damage on you.
Okay.
Yep. So it does that. You also start hearing more sort of skittering from behind you. You see, as you look behind you, more of these things sort of crawling down the walls. And coming into the entrance of the cave. Some better music than this, I think. In fact, let me remove all turns. Clear. Roll me initiative then. Super slow. Oh.
Oh, I get plus. Where is it? What is it? Dread Ambusher, 3rd level. You master the art of ambush. You can give yourself a bonus to your initiative rolls equal to your wisdom modifier.
Which is?
My wisdom modifier is 2.
Okay. Is that not added on to your thing already? Your roll already?
No, my initiative 7.2.
Okay. Well, if you're ahead, then you go first.
Thank fuck for that. Okay, so I get 3 attacks this time because it's first of combat. So, as this one is right next to me, I will take out a sword, my rapier, take off archery.
To take out a weapon is an action. To change weapon is an action.
Since when?
It's always been an action. You can't just switch weapons. You've got to sort of ready your weapons and stuff like that.
I'm positive I've switched weapons many a time before and never had to change it, but that's alright, don't matter. Okay. I will... Let's see. What will I lose out on if I do bonus action? Don't think I'll lose out on anything. Do I need these? Start your turn, your weapon uses which last. Oh, that's okay. Okay, right. So I'm gonna do bonus action of disengage. Move to there. So attack number 1. Sneak attack, try to ambusher. Yep.
That you get advantage on that?
Do I get advantage?
It's hard an attack.
Yes, because. Oh, hold on. Your top ability get the drop on your enemies. You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in the combat yet.
It attacked you first.
Okay, so it doesn't get advantage then.
You miss.
What? But there was one earlier on where we got the same score.
Is it 14 plus 2? Or is it 16? Or is that 14? Is that 16 for your...
Oh, I didn't take it. Yeah, sorry, you're right. I thought I'd taken the archery thing off. Yeah. Let me just double check. Is there anything... Action, steady aim, I can't move. Favorite foe, promo. Oh, I know. I'm going to use my inspiration and reroll.
Okay.
Make sure archery's off this time. Oh no. Oh wait, no, sorry, because it should be 16. Actually, I don't need to because I'm using archery.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, so I don't need to use that.
Yeah, so it's that's a hit and it's dead. Oh, actually, no, I lie. Wait a minute. Sneak, pierce. What's the first? Well, is it both of these? Do you get both of these? The 13
So
and
that's
the 8?
the bottom one.
Is the bottom
So the
one?
8 and then the 13 is sneak attack, dread, ambusher, and hunter's mark. So it's both of them, yeah. The
Okay.
bottom was the attack, and the other
Okay,
one is the.
it's dead. Yep.
Okay, so take off dread, ambusher, take off sneak attack, and. I'll aim for the closest one to the right.
Okay. You hit, and it's another one dead.
And just the next one to the left of that as well.
Okay. You hit, and it's dead. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. Oh, it's been so slow at the minute. Super slow. Okay, it's low and dead.
That's my attacks done.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 4, 5, 6.
One hit, so it's 4.
Yep, 4 piercing damage.
Okay. Is that all of them attacking, or is it?
That's the 2 out of the 3 there.
Okay. Again, bonus action to disengage. Which means I'd have to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or do you want to do that? One, two, three. I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike.
Ooh, it's been a long time since you used Zephyr Strike.
So Zephyr Strike, and let me just double check what this does. You move like the wind until the spell ends. Your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. Once before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage on one weapon attack roll on your turn. That attack deals an extra 1d8 force damage on a hit, whether you hit or miss. Your walking speed increases by 30 until the end of that turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll fire at the front 2, which means I don't get Hunter's Mark because that will have ended. Oh, forgot sneak attack as well. Sneak attack is 3d6. Oh wait, hold on. So I get advantage on that, so that's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
8 piercing damage plus whatever that was, plus another.
That's dead. That's one dead.
Yeah. Next one. Going to recast Hunter's Mark. Just make sure I'm actually not going to spell slots down here. So 1. No, that's right. 2. And this one gets sneak attack.
That's another one dead.
That's me.
Okay. What's in 1 minute? As the other one, the final one sort of kind of starts moving towards you. As that happens, another arrow flies in and hits it right between its face and kills it.
What? What?
As that happens, you see your brother standing beside you. Very sloppy, brother. You missed one.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
He's like, I see you probably didn't need my help, but I heard the commotion and I doubled back just to make sure.
And there was me thinking that you needed my help. I couldn't have been more wrong. Good to see you, brother.
It is good to see you. How are the rest of the party?
Unaware of my absence, as last I checked, we have some bad news that our friend Augury passed to the doings of a false hydra. So there's much sorrow and much emotion. I myself am lost.
He looks at you. Says, "Oh, brother, I am so sorry. I knew how you felt about her." And he sort of kind of moves towards you, puts his hands on your head, and puts his head towards your forehead, and says, "With all your pain, I feel with you. Your pain is shared with me, my blood."
Tharbo rests his hand on Serval's shoulders and says, "Thank you, brother. Let us find your good wife. Let us ensure that she does not meet the same fate as Augury."
He sort of pushes himself back slightly and shakes his head, and says, "We must go quickly, brother. Every hour we delay, I fear that we may not find her. We must go north through these tunnels. There is an entrance about an hour up here that takes us to the southern reaches of the city. We must go."
Lead the way swiftly, brother. Let's go.
Right.
Let's
So,
go.
he starts sort of running off to the north, with you. He says, "Just so you know, brother, there are mind flayers in this area. You would have seen one down by the that I killed earlier. So be careful. They're very dangerous creatures."
We shall avoid all contact if we can, but if it comes down to it, a mind flare is nothing if it has an arrow in its face.
he chuckles. Your sense of humor has not changed. You always could make me laugh. Okay, let us go. Right, back to Taunt. So you find a sort of a little sort of kind of cafe type sort of thing in the sort of the magic quarter, and the servant went, "All right, then what are you having?"
Well, I will be having nothing, but I believe that both my friends are looking hungry. So I think possibly something nice to drink and a couple of large breakfasts, because I'm not entirely sure about my friend here, but the younger one looks like she could. What's the phrase I've heard? Eat a scabby horse.
The girl sort of nods her head, sort of at the idea of food. You all sit down, and about sort of 15 sort of minutes later, she sort of comes back with sort of bread, some cheese, and sort of some sort of ale type liquid. The young girl literally doesn't even wait, just starts to scoff at the food.
I chuckle and lean across and whisper to us, "I don't think we have to worry about her running away just yet. And I'm not sure she will be able to after she got through all of that."
Certainly seem to have our attention right now.
She sort of kind of looks up, gives you like this sort of like she's got like she's dirty and filthy, and she sort of gets up and she's got like crumbs coming down and bits of cheese and things like that. And she sort of kind of, she smiles slightly.
What's her state of dress like? Is it clean? Is it as ragged as her face? Is it sort of mucky,
she looks like she's a street urchin.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll wait until she's I'll sort of pick up my own breakfast. I think I've already eaten today anyway, but happy to always stock up a little bit. Wait until she's finished troughing, as it were, and say, so what were your plans for today?
She's like, well, so I was like, I don't know. She's sort of kind of mumbling on. She's sort of kind of eating her food and then sort of coughs on it slightly and says, well, I don't have anything, I was just going to try and make a bit of money, get some food, live, We can't all sort of live, with, Her Majesty Taunt and their lot, can't, I've got to sort of make a living as best I can. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth.
How would you feel about putting your talents to a more worthwhile cause than just self-serving?
She looks at you and says, she's like, what talents? Those tricks? Nah, that's just something I can do. That's not a talent. That's just sort of, and she sort of kind of shrugs and says, that's nothing.
I chuckle.
Better than I could do under the circumstances.
Yeah, that nothing had him very, very, very close to being convinced you'd paid for those crystals. If you hadn't lost your concentration when you were trying to make a run for it, then you probably would have got away with that clean. And you don't think that's anything?
She says, yeah, he'd always told me I lack concentration. But, I'm my own woman, I'm my own girl. I do what I want. And, I guess I get in trouble as well.
You said he always told you. Who was he?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nobody.
Did he teach you how to cast those illusions?
She gets very quiet and she says, thanks for the food. I'm going to have to go now, right? Don't follow me.
You're not in any trouble. We're not looking for any retribution. What we are looking for is somebody who has the skills that you have to complement my own in order to help with a battle that we have coming up.
You want me to go to battle? I'm 16 years old. Are you insane?
Well, if not you, we would happily compensate you for any information on somebody who could.
And she's like, there's nobody else like me, unfortunately. That's what he told me. But he's gone now. And it's just me on my own. And she sort of kind of looks down at her, at the bread and sort of knocks the plate off the table and sort of stands up, sort of slightly annoyed.
I reach out gently and just touch her shoulder for a second and say, you may think it's you against the world, but you can change that. We have no wish to exploit you. we want to negotiate asking for your help with something you can do that we would like, we need, and to fairly compensate you. And in return, in addition to that, while you're with us, we would be paying for your food and everything else, and we would help you to accumulate some savings, if you like, some padding that would give you the options to choose what you want to do rather than doing what you need to do all the time.
What's in it for you? You're not one of these perverts, are you? Because I'm not into that, all right?
Do I look like a pervert? I don't have the equipment. I don't have the urges. My friend here is far too busy with books. We have a group of friends who have, as much by luck as by judgment, got ourselves involved in some things that we need help to accomplish, to keep promises we've made. And part of that is an opportunity that we've had to make some money, but also we started to build a home for ourselves. And if you cared to join us for a little while, then we wouldn't make you stay with us. We would simply compensate you for helping us, and you would always be welcome at our door. Or you could take what you have earned and you can strike out and make your fortune and your day, your own life somewhere else.
Okay, rolling persuasion, you can have advantage. Okay, she sort of picks up a bit of cheese that's sort of on the table from when she knocked the plate over. And so all you want me to do is some of my tricks, and you're going to pay me.
You may call them tricks, but I think you and I both know they're more than that. What we're not only giving you the opportunity to help us, and for us to help you, but the opportunity to grow, to learn, to become more than you are.
She sort of kind of eats the cheese and she just says, "Why the fuck not? There's nothing else here for me. Lead away. Go on then."
Not to Lance. Do you have any other business in town before we head back to the fort?
Since we're here, before we head on, I would like to, given my change in circumstances, maybe talk to some of the people in the blacksmith sort of area, or possibly the magical area, to see what options I have for armor or
Okay.
to supplement my spear, as I have a feeling that it would be advantageous to have options.
Okay. What's so you want to go and buy some stuff? Basically, you want to go shopping.
I want to see what options there are now that I've had my change.
Are you so
around
you can
the
have
shop.
you've got proficiencies in heavier armor and stuff now?
Yes, I have heavy and light armor and shields. But
Okay.
since I've got great weapon master and stuff, I'm not too worried about the shields.
Okay. Okay.
I don't need to be quite so stealthy anymore, you see.
Well, stealth. This group doesn't do stealth very often, to be honest. Right. Let me just find the shop. Where are we? We want. Oh, it's just like. Okay. So. Area com items. Rare items. Very rare items. We want. Okay. Okie pokey. So, this shop has the following items for you. Okay. So you've got a +2 rapier. You've got a +2 short bow, an arrow catching shield, cloak of protection, horn of blasting, ivory goat, travail, and ivory goat traveling, marble elephant, morning star of warning. There's an oath bow, potion of greater healing, potion of healing, potion of superior healing, potion of supreme healing, ring of warmth, scroll of beast bond, scroll of comprehend languages, scroll of eldritch blast, scroll of fireball, scroll of goodberry, scroll of grease, scroll of green flame blade, scroll of guidance, scroll of ray of sickness, scroll of scorching ray, scroll of thunder wave, scroll of tidal wave, short sword of wounding, and sickle of warning.
How much is the cloak of protection?
Cloak of protection. Cloak of protection is going for 3,500 gold.
Yeah, that's a bit out of my price range. How much is the scroll of tidal wave and thunder wave, or the scrolls of?
The scroll of tidal wave is 400. Thunder wave is 120.
Thomas, what do you think? How much have you got?
Sorry, how much do we need?
I think for the thunder wave it was 120 gold pieces.
Thunder wave's 120. Tidal wave's 400.
Okay. What's the ray of sickness?
Scroll of ray sickness is 120 gold.
The 120, and the other one was 120.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll offer 200 gold for both.
Better cost. Right, so you want 200. Roll me your charisma, I guess.
Good. I'm good. I'm very charismatic.
you say something, but obviously because he doesn't speak the language very well, you insult him, and he sort of kind of blusters at you and increases the price to 300 for both of them.
Do we still have Lady Taunt's seal?
You do have Lady Taunt's seal, yep.
Shouldn't really do this. This is kind of abusive and all, but I'm only neutral good.
Pretty good.
So I pull the seal out from my pack and unroll it and wait for him to notice it. And I lean in and say, "We would be very appreciative, and we would be happy to put a good word in with the Lady Taunt. Should you be willing to come to a consideration with us, as we have saved her life several times, and she may be willing to accept our advice on people to go to should she need certain products and goods."
Roll me persuasion. You can have advantage on it. He sort of gives sort of a dirty look to Thomas, but sort of sees that you're a man, you're of a, you're a more sensible man. He says, "Okay, 200 gold pieces is fine. But you watch yourself. You watch that language." And he sort of kind of points at sort of Thomas.
I just laugh and say, "You know what these people are like. They spend too much time in books and not enough time around people."
Yep. Okay, so that's 200 gold. So you take that off. To sort of kind of expedite things, there are sort of armories and stuff like that. If you want sort of standard plate, are you looking for magical plate and stuff, or
I was just interested to see what was around, that was all, since we were there.
Yeah, so magical items are what they are here at this moment in time. So you've got some weapons, rapier +2, short bow +2, arrow catching shield, Horn of Blasting. I'm not sure what the Marble Elephant does. Marble Elephant, that's well out of your price range, probably, to be fair. Morning Star of Warning is well out of your 60,000 gold pieces.
Could I ask him for an appraisal? I've been carrying around this flail that we removed from somebody way back in like session 3 or 4.
Oh yes, the one with the one that had the thing at the bottom that nobody investigated properly.
Yeah, well, we have certain issues then, didn't we? So I've got someone here who can appraise it for us.
Okay, so he sort of kind of looks at the flail and sort of gets out this little sort of kind of eyeglass type thing and starts kind of looking at the different things and all the sort of kind of ornate markings on it, and the sort of kind of the thing at the bottom. Thomas, give me a history check. You sort of, as he's sort of kind of looking at it, you sort of kind of at the back of your mind, sort of kind of think back at the time when you were sort of you talked to when you were fighting Byron and stuff, and when Lance first picked up that flail, it sort of stuck into his hand, and you weren't sure what. You noticed, you knew that there was something like something went in the bottom of it, and now you realize that that's another vessel for essences to go into. So it all sort of starts clicking together because you start kind of going, well, that's it. So that must be something to do with that flail. Must have something to do with absorbing essences. That's what that is. The thing at the bottom is the receptacle for it.
flail can absorb, or it needs another crystal attaching to it to absorb the essences?
Well, you can find a crystal to you make this. There isn't one there, but you make the assumption that if there is a vessel there, it will either one way or the other, either take essence or give essence, depending on the on what's in there.
Yeah, I'll mention that to Lance, that the flail seems to have some of the same properties as the staff that I have.
Still want to sort of he's looking at it and he's just like, it's a very nice flail. I can maybe, are you looking to sell it? Do you want some trade?
I just
What
wanted to
price
start
for
off.
now?
He sort of kind of gets his abacus out and goes, well, it is slightly dented down here. I need to sort of work on it. And he says he will give you he sort of kind of I don't know, something like 6,000 gold. It's a good price, my friends. This is a nice piece, but it needs a lot of work. It's the best I can do.
I reach over and just pluck it out of his hands and say, I will have a think about it, my friend. I do appreciate that. There is probably things I could do with that money, but I need to consider. It's been with me for a while now. It's seen me through a few little tussles, and but yeah, definitely it is good to know. And you would be my first port of call should I wish to get rid of it.
Oh, yes. Well, if you want to give it to me, I can maybe give you a bit more. Say 7,000 gold.
I raise an eyebrow as I tuck it back into my belt and say, I will bear that in mind.
Okay, my friend. Yes, thank for your business, and make sure your friend over here doesn't do any of the negotiating in the near future. I don't think he's very good at it.
He has his moments.
Okay. As for other things, if you just want like normal mail and stuff like that, armor and stuff, do you want any sort of normal armor?
I might look at upgrading from the chainmail that I've got at the moment, yeah.
Okay.
But I just thought it was interesting to see what was around.
If you want half plates, about 750 gold, you can probably get it down because obviously you're known and stuff. Breastplate, 400 gold. Full plates, 1,500.
Okay, I need to mug a few bad guys then.
Yeah. Splint meals, 200.
Okay, so now I know to be a bit more careful with the flail.
Yep. It's something we'll need to sort of kind of work on and stuff. The idea, it was meant to have stuff, but it sort of kind of got lost in the ether as we were sort of doing other things and stuff. But it's always had the intention of having certain things to sort of upgradable effectively as time goes on. Okay, so back to Tharaval. Where are we moving you to? Right. You where is it? Down here. In fact, before I do that, make sure that this is the fog of war is on. I'll not save setting. Okay. This, and then I will. Okay, so you you sort of kind of come up into what it was the the sort of city of Kibarath. It's pretty dilapidated, but you do sort of kind of notice people walking around, You manage to sort of make your way through the streets. Actually, roll me your stealth checks. Actually, roll me your stealth checks.
So Tharball and Servo.
Okay. So let me just do a few rolls here. Okay. Yep. You make your way through the streets unnoticed, and you sort of come to a what looks like a temple. Outside the temple, you see sort of kind of people milling around. Reveal area. Oops, I've gone and... It's not blank, I've just put them in the wrong layer. Layer. No. I put them on the bloody map layer, haven't I? Or have I? Oh, that's going to be really annoying. Where are the minute? Objects? No. Not there. EM overlay. Token. Alright, yeah, okay. Yeah. So you see sort of kind of people milling around the place, sort of like it's a normal city, just doing normal things as you would expect in any city.
Where are we going, brother? What? You lead the way.
He sort of keeps himself back and he says, I think we need to go into this temple. The problem is all of these people it doesn't seem to be guarded, but there's something about this place I do not trust.
Well, we can't just walk in the front door.
You can't
Could we
just walk into Bulldog.
Could we? Let's see. What's he got? Could we form some sort of diversion?
What sort of diversion do you have in mind, brother?
Good question. What can we do? Yeah, not much. What's he got? They both got pass without trace. Maybe use that. Veil shadows and such. Concentration. That's not good. Okay. I think we're maybe just going to have to. He's going to cast Pass Without Trace, which gives us a +10. And I think we're basically just going to have to try and wander in.
Shadow and Silence Room, actually you and your companions from your determines each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including your house attempt, has been dexterity stealth checks and can be tracked except for magical means. That receives this bonus, leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage. Now, bearing in mind, okay, yeah, all right. Okay, so what's the plan? What are you sort of? Are you just going to ignore these? Are you going to ignore these people? Are you just going to sort of?
Well, can we? Well, I suppose it's probably. Is there anything that we sort of notice about the people themselves?
Roll me perception.
We get advantage. See what happens.
You sort of notice on one of the closest ones, some tattoos. And you're pretty sure those are the same tattoos of the cultists you've dealt with before.
Okay. This is the thing about stealth, it's almost impossible to do.
He says to you, there may be more tunnels that go underneath this this temple if you want to try another way, but I do not know these tunnels, so I cannot be sure, and the longer we take, the more chance that some harm will come to my Evelyn.
As you said, I think we can't waste time trying to navigate tunnels that we don't know, but as there's only the two of us, stealth or secrecy is of the utmost importance, so we need to figure a way to get through here. So
we need to get them to distract them to the south as we try and make our way into the main complex. Maybe we can set up something in the south. We could maybe sort of go across these rooftops, set up a diversion in the south, and when it happens, sneak in through the front doors.
Let's see. Are there any animals about the place?
There's like lives. There's like sort of. It's like it looks like a mini map. There's like chickens and sort of things. It looks kind of like a sort of market square. So there's people sort of wandering around doing sort of things they would do in a sort of square. So yeah, there would be some chickens and stuff like that.
So there's cattle and things. Is there anything? I mean, basically, we want to speak to an animal and ask it to. I don't know. I was thinking like a rat or something like that, and get it to run down to somebody in the south and bite them to cause a bit of a ruckus.
Serval's like, a rat biting somebody's not going to get everybody else down to the south, brother. We need something bigger. You sort of notice, roll me, perception again. You notice in the south some barrels. They're, you're pretty confident they have sort of some sort of oil. They're sort of oil barrels for lamps and things like that. Says and Serval says, if we can cause a small explosion over there, or at least set one of those barrels on fire, that might be enough to get everybody to move down to deal with it.
That's all fine and dandy, but we don't have anything to set them on fire with.
And he sort of looks. He says, "You have lightning that from a bow, brother."
I save that for special occasions.
And he's like, "We can improvise. We have tinder kits, whatever. We just stick it on the end of our bows. We take position on this. We take position on one of the roofs, hit it, and when it goes off, we make our way to the doors."
Okay. Very well. Let's see. I've got +10. He's got +9. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll position myself on the roof and aim for the barrels. We will, if we can. I suppose he's going to have to do it because no, we can still use standard arrows, I suppose. Yeah. Okay.
You can improvise, so it's not sort of.
Yeah. So basically, we still use standard arrows with the bows. If we attach some sort of like cloth and hay to the edge of one of the arrows, and he lights it as just before I fire it, proper Robin Hood Prince of Thieves style.
Okay. All right. So
we're just going to get up on the roof just to the south of us.
Okay, roll me a athletics. Would it be athletics? Acrobatics to get up there? Acrobatics?
I suppose it depends how you're doing it. If you're running up walls and boxes and things like that, it would be acrobatics. If you're pulling yourself up with your
strength, then I guess, yeah.
But then could you use like giving each other sort of footy up as if I was running up?
Yeah, so you could
use acrobatics.
Yeah, go on then. I'll let you have that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You sort of kind of Cerevel sort of just runs to the thing like old times, and he sort of backs us off, and you sort of kind of launch yourself up quite easily onto the roof. He says, "Once you shoot the arrow, get down here as quickly as possible. We won't have much time."
Okay. So I'm up there. Okay, so I just attack then, yeah.
Yep. Roll an attack. Yep. You fire the arrow, and it goes into the barrel. Somebody sort of kind of one of the people sort of kind of looks up at the streak coming from the roof, and sort of kind of, and then sees the flaming arrow in the barrel. Somebody sort of kind of shouts in the south, "Quickly, put it out! Put it out!" As everybody starts to sort of kind of move out of the way. Some of them sort of run sort of to the north. Some sort of kind of start running south to help put it out. Let me... Up. So some sort of kind of take themselves off. Some sort of kind of make their way off in here to try and deal with it. Getting bucks and stuff. Some sort of kind of run off. Some sort of kind of go off down this side of the street and stuff. They go over there. They sort of kind of take himself off over there. Okay, so the square is pretty clear, bar one sort of the one of them that sort of seems to be standing beside the gates at the front.
Okay. There is still a body at a person at the front gate. We will have to. I think we'll have to deal with them up close. If you head, do I want to do that? Yeah. Okay. So I tell Cerevel to sort of move around the edges to the side, and on our count, basically we both attack the person at the front, where Cerevel is to grab the body, presuming we kill it, and pull it into
Okay.
into cover.
Okay, so roll me your attack then.
So these are going to be assassinate attacks because...
Yeah, he doesn't know you're coming. Yeah.
So they're all crits. One.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so you quite easily sort of kill the person who's standing beside the doors. As they fall backwards, Cerevel grabs them and then drags them
over to the barrels at the top. He sort of kind of looks up at you, does some sort of kind of hand signals, and sort of points towards the doors.
Okay. Move over to where Cerevel is, and we go in the front door.
Okay. The doors are open. As you open them, you see I just want to make sure. That'll be an E ready there.
Oh.
Right, that's that. Okay, so as you open the door, let me.
That doesn't sound like nice music. I don't like that music.
Where am I doing this? As you look through the door, you see or you see children sort of kind of sobbing in the middle of you see children sobbing in the middle of the floor. You also see a girl at the top of a raised sort of like dais type thing. Cerevel runs past you, realizing that that's Evelyn.
Tharavel tries to grab Cerevel to stop him.
Roll strength. Actually, roll dexterity, see if you grab him first.
There it. Oh god.
Okay, and
They do one for him. Or...
oh yeah, sorry, he's got a thing. Yeah, roll his dexterity.
Oh god, his dexterity's higher. Shit.
Yeah, he shrugs off and sort of kind of goes through into the room.
Tharavel sort of, in a sort of loud whisper, is it? Don't no. Come back, sort of to try and persuade him to come to his senses.
Roll me perception.
Perception or persuasion?
Perception.
Ooh.
As you sort of kind of are sort of kind of trying to persuade him to sort of come back, you notice that the people
who were sort of around you, sort of distracted, are starting to sort of move back. Where are we here? Oh. They start sort of putting their hoods down, and
Oh joy.
um, they basically form a crescent around you and start advancing forward.
Okay. So move inside and barricade the door. We got
Okay, you close the door after you. As it shuts, you sort of look around the area. You see these children sobbing, and you see Ceravel starts to try and make his way to the towards obviously his wife. As you sort of kind of door closes, you hear a laugh, and let me just. Where the fuck is it? Oh, it's the wrong thing. What? Sure, layer. Token layer. Let me share. You start seeing figures appearing from the corridors and from behind shadows.
that's a lot.
You hear a laugh, and it's you hear a voice saying, "Welcome, brothers. I've been expecting you both." He told me you would be here, and now here you are.
Who is he?
You don't. You're talking to him. Who is he?
Well, I'm assuming everybody can see us now, so
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Let's stand a bit more forward.
Yeah. So what do you?
Yes.
What,
Yes. We thought we would pop by, but I can see you're busy here. So if we can just take the young lady, we'll be on our way.
Oh, so you want this one, do you? As he sort of kind of goes over to her, he's this sort of he's a slightly reptilian looking, like a naga. He's got sort of a long sort of like tail, and his sort of forked tongue starts to lick at her face as she starts to scream. Saravel sort of readies his bow. I says, "Oh, wait there, elf. You wouldn't want to hit her now, would you?"
Well, we're here now. What is it you want of us?
"Oh, I want to play a game with you. You see, I'm a fair man."
You're not a man. You're a slug.
Oh, your insults. They mean nothing. So, this is a game of choice. You have in front of you many children from... You have many children from your beloved city. You can have them back. You can have his young wife back. All you need to do is bring us to Balon.
How does you suggest we take you there? What's stopping you?
Well, it's dangerous, those waters. If you could bring me and a few others into the city, maybe you could go the other way and live a wonderful life with your brother and his wife. Balon is going to fall at some point in time soon. You have the option to make it easier and to escape.
And if we refuse?
Well, to be honest, I thought you might say that. As I am a man, or a slug, of good repute, I will give you another deal. I'm gonna do this. He says, how am I going to do this here? I've been working up to this point for a long time, but then I don't think I was going to sort of get this up. So, he says, well, your options are you can fight through all of my minions, though I doubt you will be able to survive all of them. Or I can give you the option. Fight your brother, and the winner can have... fight your brother, and I will give you... if he dies, then you can have the children. If you die, then he can have his wife. After that, you can go about your business and leave. You have my word.
I will not strike a blow to my brother. I'll either be leaving here with all yourself and your minions dead, or I'll not be leaving here at all.
Okay.
Darvel turns to Cyriville. He nods his head. He says, "I promised you we would get your wife. I'm going to uphold that promise. If you striking me down saves her, then I will make that sacrifice. I feel I've. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say.
Ceravel looks extremely sort of torn. At one hand, he doesn't want to sort of kind of do that, but on the other hand, he doesn't want to lose. He doesn't want to lose his wife. There's the added sort of factor of the children in the room as well, and he says to you, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? In fact, what time is it? We're going to leave it there because I'm going to have time. I'm going to have a think about this, actually, just to make sure and stuff, because I wasn't sure if we're going to go that far on. But yeah, we're gonna maybe leave it there to have a think, so I can have a think about this situation and how it's going to unravel.
People gonna get dead.
Okay, so yeah, all right. Let me have a think about it and stuff, because there are potentially other ways to do this. But I don't want to do something, say something, and then it sort of go west and push people into corners and stuff. But right, yes. Before I go, Thomas and Lance, are you just making your way back to Camberford?
No, I think we Thomas would like to spend one more night in Taunt, with a view to going to see the other magical vendor tomorrow morning, or tomorrow at some point, and then head back to Camberford once he's got his shiny new item in hand.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so we can do that on the Discord and stuff, giving your item and stuff, and then I will think about this bits.
Lance is going to take our new young friend to collect anything that she has and arrange her lodgings.
Cool beans. All right, that's good. All right, so yeah, okay. So I think next week's going to be interesting, and that's going to be probably our because I think after that, the week after, I'm away for 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah.
Best not to leave too many cliffhangers there, otherwise people might murder you.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So that will we'll see what happens next week and stuff. I need to have put a bit of thought into this because I'd sort of kind of set it up and went, it's going to go this way. And then I went, nah, I just realized this could probably go a couple of other ways. So I need to sort of kind of make sure I tighten things up before I sort of do anything and stuff. So, yes. Okay. So, yes, it's not a great situation at this moment in time. But we'll leave it till next week and then I'll have a think about it. All right. Okay. So everybody, thank you very much for watching. Apologies for leaving you at this moment in time, but I think it would probably it's 11:30 now anyway and stuff, and I think it's probably for the best we sort of kind of move on. So next week, tune in for whatever happens. I've been Matt Geary. With me tonight has been Michael Astaraval.
I'm scared.
Dave is Thomas Moonstar.
We've all made new friends one way or another.
And Mark is Lance.
Just call me Nurse.
Good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.